A skeleton's story. There was once a little sensitive skeleton who was often sad, so he would hug himself to make himself feel better. He didn't fit in with the other little skeletons, and this made him feel sad and left out. He felt like he didn't belong. The little sensitive skeleton soon grew into a big sensitive skeleton, but he was still sad. He was always looking for something that was missing inside of him. He didn't really know what it was. He searched everywhere outside himself for it. Despite his issues, he became a very powerful rock singer in a popular band. It gave him an outlet for his pain and rage. He transformed his pain into art others could relate to. He liked this because it made him feel like he was doing something useful, like he was contributing something to the world. Still, the sadness and pain he experienced in his life overwhelmed him. It was all that he could see. Even though love was around him too, he didn't appreciate it as he should have. He became consumed by his pain and misery. He began to isolate. He really just wanted to be away from everyone and everything. At first, he was happy and he liked living this way. It gave him some much-needed peace that he'd been looking for. Before long, he started thinking about and remembering important parts of his past life. He missed the brotherhood of his band and his friends, of all the life that he left behind. He loved and missed them all very much. He continued to isolate. He played video games. He watched TV. He felt very guilty and useless. He didn't know what to do. He wanted connection, but he also didn't want to be seen. He was very torn on re-entering society. He kind of wanted to, but he didn't want to deal with the media circus that would have entailed if he had. So he didn't, and he continued on his path. He missed playing and performing so much. He realized how much he had lost by doing this, but he felt he had no other choice, and there was no other way. He dreamed of a beautiful girl he once knew, whom he wanted to share his life with so badly. She was now gone too. He felt love had forsaken him at every turn. Everything that had been good in his life was gone. He had nothing to look forward to. Memories of his past life flooded his mind night and day. He couldn't make it stop. He just wanted it to end. He couldn't move forward, and he couldn't go back. He felt stuck, frozen, and miserable in his situation. Lost love was all that he could see. He was completely heartbroken. Despair took over, and as time went on, the skeleton slowly gave up. In time, the end came, as he always knew it would. For all of his power, he went out of this world with barely a whimper. He was ashamed. He thought it was over. Then, something happened. Whoosh, a quickening. He was sucked into a long tunnel, gray and white, moving at the speed of light. Things were happening very fast. At the end of the tunnel, he dove into a pool of white light. It was unlike anything he'd ever experienced. Then an angel appeared. His long-lost love was here to greet him, and the love he thought he'd lost forever was suddenly back and stronger than ever. "Are you real?" he asked her incredulously. "Of course," she thought to him telepathically, as she came forward and merged with him. All his memories of her and their time together on earth came back in an instant. He felt renewed, healed, and blissfully reunited with his love. He felt so good in his new realm and so incredibly light and free. His consciousness had expanded so much. He couldn't believe he was once inside of his small and broken body that he left behind. As his heart kept expanding, his earthly worries and cares dropped away. He became love. He merged with everyone he had ever loved, and with everyone that had ever loved him. It was an overwhelming and humbling experience. He was redeemed. Finally, his happiness was off the charts. He never thought this could happen to him. He was beyond grateful. And there were so many others who were friends, family, and his soul family there to greet him, and they celebrated his return right along with him. His happiness was their happiness, and they all shared great joy together. Many, many parties were thrown in his honor. As he learned and experienced more of this realm, he remembered they all had roles there, similar to our jobs on Earth, but with a lot more meaning to them. These souls in the graphic are working in the Hall of Akashic Records. They're just one of the multitude of tasks and roles available there to do. He learned they have grand and beautiful auditoriums there, intricately decorated with rich golds, deep reds, and luxurious fabrics. All manner of shows are performed for entertainment and fun, and to let souls there reenact what they did on Earth. The shows are literally out of this world. The beauty of the spirit world is incomparable to anything on Earth. All souls live in peace and harmony. Everything is just and fair there. They do not blame others for their own misgivings, and they strive to work together to make Earth a better place. So what is this skeleton's message to us? He says, "I love you all. Be good to each other and be of service to one another." That's the whole point of being there. Don't hide yourself away from others. That was my biggest mistake. It's not about money, status, or power. None of that really matters. It's about doing good and loving each other to the best of your ability. It's actually much easier and simpler than we think it is. Don't let your minds overcomplicate things. Rock on, and I love you.